is just moments away. It's the Chiefs and the Cards, and it's coming up next.
This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And here comes Kyler Murray in his 4th NFL season leading this Cardinal offense. Already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his time with Arizona.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
First play and a first pass for Murray. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. First carry for James Conner. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. On 2nd and 9, Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Murray now. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Well, the Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start the drive with Connor. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
Straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Murray now on 1st down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17.
1st down by DeAndre Hopkins, and this guy, he's looking for a rebound from uncharacteristically low numbers last season. Missed the first significant time of his career due to injury and was limited to career lows in catches and yardage. Back and fully healthy, we expect him to return to his all-pro form.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Well, these Chiefs to start 2022, well, they were handed a very tough task by the schedule makers. Not just in going on the road to face a Cardinal team that was 11-6 last year, but they're going to be the first team in NFL history to start a season with 8 consecutive games against teams that finished above 500 for the previous year. After today, Chargers, Colts, Bucks, Raiders, Bills, 49ers, Titans, and that doesn't even count that they play last year's Super Bowl teams, the Rams and Bengals, in the second half of the year. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Connor is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Shotgun now from Murray. Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are on the board first here this afternoon.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First down, Chiefs.
Now Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, down at the 31. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Mahomes. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Mahomes off. Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Chris Jones, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Chris Jones is one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL, and I think he's at his best when he plays defensive tackle. Consistently gets to the quarterback, 9 sacks in 2021.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Here comes Tony on the return.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mahomes now to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mahomes to throw once more. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
The incredible story of James Conner continued with one of its best chapters yet in 2021. Landing in Arizona, Conner was 2nd in the NFL with 15 rushing touchdowns and made his 2nd career Pro Bowl. The Cards gave him a new 3-year deal, ensuring that his story will continue into the future.
First down, Murray.
Able to get this one to McBride.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Connor up the middle.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
2nd and 4.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. From the 29, Mahomes over the middle. That's hauled in by Tony. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
First down for Chiefs.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front. The linebackers, everyone got involved to force a fourth down.
Going for it with McKinnon. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to sack back at the 16-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time. Gets the sack.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Butker's kick here is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. So out now come the Cardinals.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Murray now to throw. Open man is Anderson.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. They run behind center with Conner. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too bad.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Murray. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. 20. 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points.
Extra point by Butker is on target,
and that'll make this a 6-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
and a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. The football going back over to Arizona now.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the handoff, Connor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd down.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
From the gun, Murray. And that is incomplete.
We just saw him break out on 3rd down. Dive deep defense blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense set to go.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now here's Mahomes. In trouble, and he's taken down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Here comes Dortch on the return.
Gets past one man. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
He's going to air one out for Anderson. And this is caught inside the 5. A huge play there for Arizona. 49 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Cards will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. Touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Prater on to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive there, just 4 plays. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
Mahomes now on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster again.
And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Mahomes now on first down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10 once again from the 28. Now it's Mahomes again. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. This will be caught inside the 10.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Mahomes caught on the slant. Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far. And that's going to be how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it is the Chargers who have the lead in the second quarter. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head east to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Sam Darnold, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And that game all tied up as they host the visiting Giants. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. From the 6. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
7 yards there and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, the sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Mahomes to throw. Screen play, McKinnon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Caught by the tight end, Ertz. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Shotgun now from Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Second down, Murray sets to throw. That is caught by Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Running right on the option is Murray. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. Murray giving to Connor on the option. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Again, a run with Connor. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted. which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on 3rd down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Sliding out of the pocket. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
The ball resting on their own 5 here as they come up to the line on 2nd and long. Murray a give. This is counter. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. The all-pro safety Buda Baker in on the tackle. Second down, McKinnon. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working from the gun, Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll start with the option.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Murray going to throw. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
And the Chiefs offense ready to go again.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Here's McKinnon on the draw. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. On 2nd down, they'll run it here.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Now here's Mahomes.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Mahomes
locates Hardman for another catch. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Chiefs.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Isaiah Simmons, boy, he can move all over the field, and he gets a tackle for loss there.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On play action, it's Mahomes.
Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 15-yard line.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals, because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a first down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd down and goal. Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Kadarius Toney.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Chiefs have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th.
So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile, we do have an injured player. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. First down, Murray. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Carlos Dunlap just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Murray giving to Connor on the draw. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Tony. Ooh, with a juke. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here's Mahomes to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Jerick McKinnon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
From the 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 7. A minute 55 remaining. They've surrendered a double-digit lead but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Now Murray. He's got McBride. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Back to throw. Murray. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. To throw is Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now Murray's got to have this one. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Murray to throw. That is caught by Anderson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
And this will be swung out here for counter. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Meanwhile, Murray's throw is caught here by Anderson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Back to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So that drive goes a full 80 yards and 10 plays.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
KC's offense ready to take over. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
They go draw play to McKinnon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
And now here comes Kansas City.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here's a give up the middle. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
On the return, Dortch.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. Now their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play.
Murray to Moore for the Cardinal first.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Murray flips this forward on a jet sweep. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. They picked up a 1st down and a whole lot more. Forget about just looking for the sticks. They went well beyond the stick.
I know they were talking about guarding the sticks on defense. They didn't guard them very well. They got a big-time completion on a 3rd down. That's almost a backbreaker, isn't it? In overtime, every play's importance is magnified. And that one could turn out to be huge.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Connor. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
The Chiefs 15-yard line.
2nd and 5 now. Murray. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Holding. Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing now is Murray. That's going to be caught. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, don't we, partner?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field, very tough. Not surprised it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
So for the Cardinals, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers.